everybody, welcome to Weighintime. It has been a long time, but it is the Sunday weigh-in, so drop your gains, your losses, your tips and your tricks into the comment section below. I have had a few gains, but I'll talk about that in another video. Today, back by popular demand, is my father Mark.
Hi.
So the last video that we did together was a detective video, well, ages ago now. And my dad had a lot of positive comments and remarks saying that we should do another video together. And I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and because it is January and Veganuary, then I wanted to basically do a little vegan food haul. And show some things which you might not think are available for vegans. So, Dad, you've been a vegan for how long now?
3 years.
3 years, off and on.
I was a vegetarian before that.
Yeah, off and on. I think everyone's, like, I've been a vegetarian, I've been a vegan at some point. I'm not at the moment. This is why we're doing this video, because I want to see what sort of things are available for myself. I'm trying to cut out a lot of meat, particularly red meat, in diets and things like that, because it's not good for the environment. It's obviously also not good for the animals. So,
and yourself, of course.
Yeah. Well, so what have you found is the biggest change from going from vegetarian to being vegan?
Well, I think what confuses everybody is what can I eat if I'm a vegan, and they're not 100% sure. They think it's got to be salads or root vegetables all the time, and it isn't. I mean, you can make anything. You can make meat pies, pasties. You can make curries, cottage pies, spaghetti bolognese, and it tastes exactly the same. If you had meat or not. And
I will say that my dad is an excellent cook, or a chef, I should say. And chef. I would strongly recommend. You've got a channel. What's your channel called? Do you know? Mark Harries, isn't it? I'll tell you what. We'll find out, and then I'll pop it into the. I think it's Mark Harries. If you type in Mark Harries anyway, it'll be there. And I will put a link in the description, and I'll put a link to one of his videos.
Yeah, and we've got What the Health on there as well.
And before we start with anything, I wanted to do a water reminder for the first one in a long time. This is bought in Aldi, I believe, or Lidl.
Lidl. 25 pence a bottle.
Yeah, 25 pence a bottle. So this is your water reminder. Make sure you drink some water. You need at least 2.5 litres of water every single day. Yeah, so the reason I wanted to do this video, basically, as I said, is because a lot of people just know that there's soy milk, almond milk out there, and you can't really... I suppose if you are doing Veganuary, you will realise that there's a lot more things available now than there used to be.
Absolutely.
Plus, I think the biggest thing for vegans is when you used to go out to a restaurant, it would be a painstaking task to find something which was vegan friendly on the website. However, with things like the KFC vegan burger, the McDonald's vegan I think they're like chicken strips or whatever they are. Pizza Hut have now done a vegan burger. There's a lot of, and Greggs of course started this trend off by doing their vegan sausage roll and then their vegan meat slice. We will get those and we will try those and show them to you, but on my dad's channel also, as I say, the link will be in the description, and also it'll be linked up here somewhere as well. So this is the reason why I'm doing the video, is basically because I wanted to show you that it's not actually just about this. Okay, there are a lot more things about it. So another one as well, which you might be aware of, is Vitalite. Vitalite is vegan.
It is vegan. It says vegan on the actual side there.
Yeah.
It was 95 pence for one of those.
And that's really good, considering butter's like £2.50.
Yeah, but even over time, of course, more people have been buying this. The only supermarket that doesn't sell Vitalite is Sainsbury's for some odd reason. But wherever you go now, it's £1.40.
That's
for 50, one of these, but it's still reasonable if you compare it with butter, I suppose.
I think if you are on Slimming World or if you're on any sort of Weight Watchers or Slimming Worlds and you realise that something becomes popular, like Porky Lights, for example, they were obviously extremely popular. They were sold out all over the place. And they became a little bit more expensive than they used to be, and then all of a sudden there was Porky Light scandal, and then nobody bought them anymore, so they've reduced the price again. So because it's popular, obviously the price goes up. But you can get these in all supermarkets apart from Sainsbury's.
It's just another way of getting money off everybody, but still, no, never mind.
Unfortunately, that's life, though, isn't it? That's life.
Yeah, that's life.
So you can get a spread. We're going to be trying all of these in my dad's video as well. Now there are some things which I've had a look at, and because this is a haul, I wanted to give you, like a nice variety of things which you wouldn't think are available for vegans. And maybe if you're not vegan and you're not doing Veganuary, it might be worth just trying one or two of these and maybe having a vegan day once or twice a week. And it starts off by doing that. I'm not saying I'm not a vegan, so I'm not going to say become a vegan or whatever, but it might be an idea to try and mix up your Slim World routine.
If you're not a vegan, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think people should have a day or two a week and eat something totally different.
Yeah, exactly. And I had an amazing curry yesterday, which I will be doing on this channel at some point. And that was something completely different for me. And actually, when you start experimenting with food and things like that, you actually become a lot more excited about it. Like my dad is obviously a chef. He's got, to what degree? You've got a teaching qualification in
yes, I've got a teaching
chef?
qualification. I've got a degree in catering management and also a 5-year apprentice.
Yeah, exactly.
For being a chef.
So my dad's got this excitement for food, and it's something which obviously my dad's learned because he's had to make so many different foods for different people around the years. And for people, everyday people at home, you get bored by the foods that you make, and that's why you should mix it up. And that's why possibly doing a vegan day every, even if it's something as simple as like jacket potatoes with beans, but using Vitalite instead of butter, something like that. It might be just a way of stepping into something a bit more different.
There's not an awful lot of difference in the taste.
Bit exciting.
But if you put it with mashed potato and things like that, it tastes exactly the same as butter. Right.
I always do, when I do my jacket potatoes, beans,
Yeah.
which I think I'm going to do tonight, jacket potatoes, beans and cheese. Now cheese, I think, is probably one of the things which people, cheese and eggs, those are the two things which people think, oh, you know what, I could do vegetarian maybe, but I couldn't do vegan because I can't do cheese and egg. And I actually found these things in the fridge, and we were going to do this as part of the haul, but now I actually really want to. There are so many different cheeses, and I actually have, is it cheeses or cheese? Cheese, there you go, okay. See, if my dad says it, it's true. So there's so many different varieties out there that you can have. What are these like? So this is vegan cheddar style cheese with caramelized onion.
That's the best cheese, I think. The caramelized onion in that cheese is absolutely fantastic. Now it says vegan here, and also it says by Sainsbury's. Other supermarkets don't have this particular brand. But it is very good, and the onion in it, the caramelized onion, it really is nice. Here we've got more of a plainer cheddar style. It is still very tasty as well, but it hasn't got the onion in it. But it says vegan. They're all vegan, and they're $2.25 per packet, which is in weight.
It's about 200 grams. So it's a little bit more. Well, this one, sorry, before I say that, this one I'm really excited about because I didn't know this was available.
Yeah.
This is blue cheese.
Yeah.
Style cheese, and obviously it's Christmassy. But it's it's meat free, gluten free, egg free, wheat free. It's vegan. So if you are lactose intolerant, or if you are wheat, I can't remember what it is. Gluten intolerant. There you go. Then obviously these things will be really good as well.
But this blue cheese does actually taste like blue cheese. I mean, it is really nice. Again, this is by Sainsbury's, but I think Asda's are coming out with various cheeses now.
Waitrose are doing a lot of vegan things as well. So again, maybe if you're short on time and you want to mix it up a bit, maybe get one of their. They've got so many different vegan dishes. There was actually too many for us to buy, and you know it is Waitrose. I don't want to remortgage a house in order to buy some things for a haul because it's very expensive in Waitrose. But it is worth it for the 1 or 2 meals that you can.
There was a time when you could actually go to a supermarket and buy your entire week's shop in one place. Now you've got to travel to about four different supermarkets because they have different deals and different brands that you can't get in another one. So. Yeah,
I mean, I'm surprised.
You've got to have a car for that, obviously.
Yeah, I'm surprised because sometimes I go to the shop and I'll buy just standard things, you know, just everyday essentials, but just for a dinner in the evening, which used to cost about £6-7, £8 maybe, and now it's about £15 to £20. It's just everything's gone up in price. But the only way to do it now, like you said, is just go to different supermarkets and buy different things.
It's the only way. Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously Aldi and Lidl, great supermarkets, good in price, but then of course they don't have the specific. I know that there's a lot of meat alternatives out there.
Yeah.
So there's lots of corn,
a lot more than there
mince.
ever was before. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, you being a chef, you would recommend making things yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Out of what would say if you were to do a bolognese, for example? What would be your meat replacement or meat alternative?
So yes, in regard to a meat replacement for spaghetti bolognese, some people use the corn. Vegetarians use the corn because the only difference between the corn mince, the only difference between that and incidentally, the only difference between that and an ordinary one is the fact that it's got egg white in it.
Right, okay. So that's not vegan friendly.
No, if you had yolk in it, of course, that's equivalent to about 5 cigarettes.
I think a lot of...
But I've got... This is TVP. We've used
this for
years. This is soya. This is soya.
Yeah.
And I make my mince out of that.
Is it open or is it closed?
It is open, slightly. I think.
No, it's not.
No. Okay.
So that's it there. You can get this in most good kind of whole food shops and things like that.
Yeah, that's our favourite shop, Spice of Life. You can get, if you go hunt around for a shop that actually sells this sort of stuff, a proper sort of
health food shop.
Health food shop, yeah.
Yeah, so you can get this in a lot of health food shops and stuff. So this we've used for years. Like when we were vegetarian, we still use this, and we used to make burgers out of it. We used to make loads of things, but this takes a little bit more preparation, though, doesn't it?
Well, with spaghetti bolognese, no. I put it straight in.
Oh, okay.
There's no need to soak it at all because it's very fine.
Yeah, it absorbs all of the flavour of TVP, doesn't it? So it might be an alternative to check out. It's also a lot cheaper than going for your corn mince, and there's a lot more of it. So that will actually last you for a long time.
Yeah, and of course it lasts for months and months and well, years.
So we're not really going to do meat replacements and things like that because there are a lot more out there, and you know, my dad on his channel, he does like recipes and vegan recipes and things like that, which would be good if you're vegetarian or vegan, either way. But what I wanted to kind of do for this video is show the alternatives that you wouldn't imagine that you could get for vegan. So for example, like blue cheese, I actually, until I saw it in the fridge, I didn't realise that I didn't even think that you would do an option on it.
Incidentally, by the way, the lifespan on this cheese, if you look at the date on there, it says the 2nd of September 2020.
Oh, so it lasts a lot longer.
Much longer than ordinary cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Because there's no dairy.
Yeah.
So another few things which you can get. You can get free-froms. This is vegan, gluten-free, wheat-free, milk-free, egg-free, salad cream.
Wonderful. It tastes the same.
So, I mean, to be honest, it's just pretty much like an egg replacement, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
And then you've got mayo maize. There are quite a few different ones. This is from Tesco. This is their free-from range.
Very nice. It tastes exactly the same again.
So, and it's, you know, so it's these are two options which you wouldn't necessarily think
that's about
$1.65.
I think it's about £2.20.
Yeah, I mean there are going to be cheaper alternatives, I think, to vegan mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean when you come to the end of this, it's very difficult to get all the stuff out of here.
So
I just take the top off, Sprinkle a bit of vinegar inside, put the top back on, give it a good shake, and then it'll all pour out.
I think that's why they chose these for ease of use, plus also that it's really, everyone knows it's difficult to get the last bits out of it. If you're using a jar, for example, it's a lot easier, like this. This is Veganuary, another one.
Yeah.
Better than mayo, this one says.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Is this one
exactly
better than this one?
About the same taste.
About the same, so yeah, so anyway, I probably made exactly the same
cheaper.
way. That's cheaper. How much is this one?
It's about £2.10. That's about £2.25.
You can go back to the old style then and use a jar, because that's I personally think it's easier to use. Oh, I'm off camera. I think it's easier to use a jar personally. But I mean, I think it's easier to use this, but you get better value out of a jar. Those are two things which you might not necessarily think, but you probably would imagine that they are available. I didn't know about this one as well. This is from Almond, so they're quite a big cream manufacturer. This is a cream replacement, and it's an alternative to cream, so you can use this pretty much in desserts. You can use it in curries, I'm guessing, things like that.
You can whisk it up as well.
It does a whisk, to say.
It does, yes. But the thing is with all creams, you can't whisk something come out that you just take out of the fridge. You've got to leave it. It's got to be room temperature first before you put the whisk on it.
There you go.
Otherwise, it'll take you too long to actually, because it's got to reduce that temperature to room temperature before it starts to thicken.
What does this taste like compared to like normal? It's the same. Yeah. It's obviously not going to be as. I mean, this is single cream, so it tastes the same as single cream. Obviously, they probably do a double cream equivalent as well. So it tastes the same.
But there's no need. As long as it's room temperature before you whisk it, it's fine.
It tastes quite dairy.
Yeah, it does indeed, yeah.
No, I actually got you onto this because you didn't know about it before.
No.
This is vegan easy egg. So powdered egg is not a new thing, but it is in Britain really. It's not been going for a long time. This is packaged in Australia from at least 78% of Australian ingredients. So should we hold this upside down? But this is a vegan easy egg, and you've tried this. I haven't actually tried it.
Well, it's just the same as egg. Obviously, you've got to season it with some salt and pepper and things. But
that is one thing with egg. Always use salt. Always use salt to season egg. It says
15 eggs. In my opinion, it's at least 35 eggs. I mean, I can make omelette after omelette after omelette with this and only use half a box. So it all depends, really. If you get your particular easy egg and mix it as it says here, but have it more sort of runny slightly, then and season it, you can make a lovely omelette with it. But 15 eggs, I don't know where they got that from.
It's probably
35 eggs in there.
Right, so that's an easy egg replacement, which is brilliant. Again, so now we're starting to realise that there are quite a lot of alternatives out there. So, so far we've shown you some cheese. There are other cheeses available. Shown you some cream. I didn't even know that existed. Obviously mayo and salad cream.
You can even get a spray cream, vegan spray cream.
Oh, you mean like squirty cream?
A squirty cream.
That's my favourite. And an egg alternative. So when I said this has been around for a while, powdered egg has been around for years, but it's mostly used in America. And now obviously because of Veganuary and stuff, it's coming over here. Now we were talking about brands, so like Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's, Greggs. They're jumping on the vegan bandwagon because they know that it's becoming very, very popular, and so have other brands as well. So these are Goodfellas pizzas. And there's two different varieties here. Again, we're going to make some pizzas on my dad's channel. This one is spicy vegetable salsa, and then this one is falafel. Now, I have a little bit of a problem with this one, only because when you think of vegan, you think of things like falafel and stuff like that, but there are so many other alternatives. This is the falafel one. I know Asda do their own range. Have you tried those?
No, I didn't see them actually when I went there. I think they're probably sold out.
They're selling out quite quickly.
Now, it was only Asda selling these, and then all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, you've got Tesco's, you've got Sainsbury's, you've got them all selling them.
Yeah, yeah, because they're getting more and more popular. So Goodfellas, they started doing these, and I know that all of the others. I can't think of any other pizza brands, to be honest, but all of the others will start coming out with another alternative.
I pay £2 for a box of
I think that's about
pizza.
the same though, but you always add things, so that's what we're going to show you.
But they normally sell at about £2.50, but they're on special offer because they've just been introduced. £2.
And they run out in September 2020. Let me have a look at
September.
So actually, calorie-wise, they're much better than, say, I suppose, I don't, excuse me, I don't know if they are much better calorie-wise than normal pizza. It's about 600 calories for a whole pizza. I think that's about standard, depending on obviously what's on it. But I do like the look of this one, the spicy vegetable one, because it's got olives. And one of my favourite things.
Well, actually, I tasted both of them, and
which one's the best?
They're actually delicious. Both of them.
Both of them?
Honestly, both of them are the same in regard to quality and taste.
So this one's obviously going to be a bit spicier, chili level 1.
Yeah.
And this one obviously isn't spicy at all. So that's Goodfellas pizzas, and
they're delicious. I mean, they're really nice.
I'm going to show you another brand, big brand, that have also got some other things as well. So 1 second. So Goodfellas are a big brand that have started doing a vegan range, as most brands are going to continue doing. I think it's only going to get stronger, and it's only going to get bigger, and more restaurants and things will have more vegan options. Now it comes to my favourite bit, because I didn't even know, again, these existed. We have my favourite ice creams of all time. Now, if you look at the weather outside, depending when you're watching this, it's not exactly ice cream weather, but Magnum have released Magnum Vegan, which I think is brilliant.
They are delicious.
Magnums Magnums are just delicious in general. If they taste anything like a normal Magnum, then you're not half wrong. So we've got the classic, which is just obviously the chocolate and the ice cream, and then you have, again, my favourite, the almond then. So you've got Magnum Vegan Almond, which is really nice. How much are these though?
Well, I bought those.
Because Magnums are always expensive.
I know, I actually got those on special offer at £2 a box.
That's good.
But they are £3.80, £3.60.
Where did you get them?
I got those in Sainsbury's because they're on special offer.
Right, okay.
But you can look around the supermarkets and you will find that some of them have been reduced. If some of them are reduced, you'll find the others follow suit. But they want to try and introduce them, so therefore they do reduce them to get people to buy them, so that they think, oh, this tastes quite nice. But then when you go back, you've got to pay the full price for it. But having said that, though, you still have your Magnum ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and they're delicious.
Yeah, they also
really
last for the 10th of October 2021. So if they are on offer and you do like them, then just buy.
I know. Buy a load of them. You see, the thing is with the vegan food is that it lasts 4 or 5 times as long as dairy.
Yeah. Right. So this is a company I've never heard of called Swedish Glace. It's dairy free. It's going to be a lot cheaper. It's a Magnum alternative, so it's not only a dairy alternative, but it's like a cheap Magnum alternative.
Yeah, if you don't want a big Magnum, these are smaller chocolate ices, but
they are. They're like the small, the Magnum.
Yeah, but
smaller.
They are delicious. They are very nice. So people don't think that. Oh, I don't think you need one of those. I'll have one of those instead. But
they're made by Unilever. So they're the same people who make, I think they're the same people who make Magnum anyway, to be honest. Yeah, they are. They're the same company. And they've got, to be honest, they've got the Magnum at the top, they've got the Magnum logo, so they're probably just Magnums in there anyway. Small Magnums.
Yeah. $3.25.
Okay, so that's $3.25, and then you get 5 of them in there. So $3.25. So at the moment these are cheaper because they're bigger and they're only £2. So if you can get those for a cheaper price, then you can. These are per lolly, 248 calories. and these are 105 calories. So, and that's the almond ones. I'm guessing, yeah, they're about the same, the normal ones as well. So some alternatives there for a dessert. Obviously, you can, you know, worth packing fruit into your dessert anyway. I think we've got one more thing, which. I mean, these are just popping up everywhere. It's up there and not down there because these were reduced in.
No, I had.
That's Asda, isn't it? Oh no, Tesco.
I had these last night, and they were very nice. I suggest you grill them rather than fry them, purely because the skin is a little bit tougher, just slightly. But apart from that, they're delicious, and I think if you grill them, they'll be better than frying them. But I wouldn't worry about that.
I think.
I always season them when they're just almost finished with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Because they're never seasoned enough. Some of these dishes that you get from.
No, I don't know why, but I agree with that. A lot of things need additional seasoning. There are. I mean, I only showed you these obviously because we know that there's lots of alternatives for meat products available. But these are 6 Cumberland style sausages. They call them bangers. But they're packed with mushrooms, pea protein, and stuff like that. So they're actually high in protein as well. Mushrooms are I don't like mushrooms personally, but they are a very good source of
very important
protein.
So in your diet, mushrooms, you must have them.
With
if you don't like them, that's one of those things.
I know, with vegan diet, obviously it's important to get as much protein and stuff as possible. Bold flavours that pack a tasty punch, apparently. So yeah, this is just a little haul of what we've got, and we are going to taste them, or I'm going to taste them because my dad already has, and check check to see how they taste. Compared to their dairy or meat equivalents. So if you want to have a look at that video, then check it out. The link will be in the description below. Also, it will be up here somewhere. But for now, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I'm looking forward to showing everybody what we can do.
Yeah, and tasting them, and we'll do another. I want to make a curry with you at some point.
Okay.
Like a corn curry, using my magical recipe, which I got, which I tried yesterday.
What you were talking to me about this morning. I can't wait to have a little bit of that.
It's all about the spices, apparently. Yeah. Don't forget, it is the Sunday weigh-in, and if you have any tips, tricks, or your weigh-in results, then make sure you pop it into the comment section below. And if you are doing Veganuary, then make sure that you let me know how it's going and what changes you've seen in yourself since you've been doing it. Thank you very much again.